What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dogs and cats, cat ladies and dog men and cat ladies? Wait, that's right. Whatever. Everybody, mama, right now is talking about the fact that Joe Biden pardoned his son. And what I'm trying to figure out, why my chair not moving? Hold on. Get out the way, Wire. What I'm trying to figure out is why you surprised by this. What surprised you about him pardoning his son? I'm not surprised by it at all. But I'm going to tell you, I feel sorry for this lady right here. Do you realize the thrashing she's probably taking right now, or about to take right now in the briefing room? Because she repeatedly said, nope, he's not going to pardon his son. He's not going to pardon his son. And ladies and gentlemen, I don't see it as a shot. People say there's a two-tier justice system. That ain't nothing new. We knew this. We saw this coming into this. Hell yeah, it's a two-tier justice system. But I want to ask all them colored folk out there who voted for Sleepy Joe and Kamala, how does it feel? I mean, really, how does it feel to know that your uncle, your auntie, your cousin, your people is in prison right now for selling a little bit of marijuana, smoking a little crack, selling a little crack, carrying a little fentanyl, had a couple of packs in a truck? How does it feel for the fact that your whole entire community has been under lawfare as it pertains to drugs and violence and weapons and things of that nature, but the president that you voted for just pardoned his son? You voted for him, and he pardoned his son. And his son got way worse than tax evasion. You know what I'm saying? He got way worse things hidden than tax evasion. I just want to know, how does it feel? How does it feel? Remember that D'Angelo song? I want to know, how does it feel? And I want to know this. How do you balance that? Like, how does that mental gymnastic work in your mind? Donald Trump is a racist, but he pardoned black people who were in prison unlawfully. Those black people that he pardoned came out and spoke publicly about him pardoning them. But he's the racist. Joe Biden said, if you don't vote for him, you ain't black. And then his son goes on crack binges, embezzles money, commits tax evasion, sells foreign secrets, sleeps with prostitutes and others, records it all, releases it, and then he pardons his son. After he told you, he didn't tell me because I ain't vote for him. I can give a damn. He told you he wasn't going to pardon his son. He ain't lied to conservatives. He lied to you. Somebody may say, well, GW, he lied to the American people. No, the hell he didn't. In order to lie to somebody, they have to believe you. Watch this. Press 1 in the chat if you believed that Joe Biden was telling the truth about any damn thing. I promise you ain't going to be no whole bunch of ones. Nobody, I ain't believe him. I ain't believe the damn thing the man said since he got in office. Because I saw what he did. So, this is what he did. He passed a crime bill where he put all y'all in prison. But when it came time for his son to go to prison, oh no, my son can't go to prison. But all your sons could go to prison. All your daddies could go to prison. But nah, his son can't go to prison. See, that's the story that ain't nobody talking about. Everybody talking about, the lie that was told. Now, let's get to the truth. Joe saw fit to put y'all Negroes in prison. When it came time to put his own in prison, Joe said, oh, hell no, we not doing that. No, no, no. See, that's what nobody going to talk about. Everybody going to talk about Jean-Pierre and how she had to lie for Joe. Everybody, and I'm going to play the clip of her saying what she going to say. But I want to get to the crux of it. Matter of fact, I ain't gonna play that. Let me go find Joe. Let me go find Joe on this crime bill. Yeah, I'll be right back. I'm coming back. All right, we back now. Now here's where you go. Don't run. I think YouTube gonna have a problem with showing that kind of stuff. But watch this. This is the guy y'all voted for. Where the volume?
Our system, there's the federal system, you serve 85% of your time. I remember when it was going on, when I was making these arguments in the late 70s, they used to call Biden's same time for the same crime provision. It's a shame, but we don't know how to rehabilitate. But there is a consensus, and I will cease. A, we must make the streets safer. I don't care why someone is a malfactor in society. I don't care why someone is antisocial. I don't care why they become a sociopath. We have an obligation to cordon them off from the rest of society, try to help them, try to change their behavior. That's why we do in this bill. We have drug treatment and we have other treatments to try to deal with it. But they are in jail, away from my mother, your husband, our families. I'm the guy that said rehabilitation, when it occurs, we don't understand it and notice it. And
so let's be clear. Joe Biden was the main proponent of the 1994 crime bill. He locked you Negroes up. Yeah, it was Joe. But when the time came around, Joe didn't want to do that. Let's listen to some more Joe. Because y'all didn't pay no attention to this when he was running.
In America, and that's what it is, violence. It has to join us in making a significantly greater commitment to these 6 areas to stem the rising tide of violence in America, and that's what it is, violence. First, we have to join together to ensure that drug dealers are punished swiftly, surely, and severely. And in line with what the President is calling for, we have to hold every drug user accountable. Because if
every drug user needs to be held accountable.
There were no drug users, there would be no appetite for drugs, and there'd be no market for them. Let's take a look at what the real problem is. It's not just how many people are using drugs. As the President said, the number of people using drugs, cocaine in particular, is down in our country. That's true. But the violence associated with drugs is spewing out all over America, and that's terrible. I know it's hard to believe, but this very day, violent drug offenders will commit more than 100,000 crimes on this day alone. And the sad part is that we have no more police in the streets of our major cities than we had 10 years ago. And what the President proposes won't help much. What he proposes is no increase over what the Congress has already approved last year. In a nutshell, the President's plan doesn't include enough police officers to catch the violent thugs, not enough prosecutors to convict them, not enough judges to sentence them, and not enough prison cells to put them away for a long time. That's why.
So, hold on. What you're trying to tell me is Joe Biden proposed to build more prisons to put y'all uncles and cousins and daddies in, more police to arrest your uncles, cousins, and daddies, and on top of that, laws to make sure that you went to prison for crack cocaine. I don't know what to say about you, man. I don't know what to say about you. And so all these years later, his son is found guilty of everything he's talking about and more. And he pardoned his sons. How many of y'all daddies got pardoned? How many of y'all uncles got pardoned? How many of y'all cousins got a pardon? How many of y'all peoples got pardons? I'm interested in knowing. How many of y'all got indicted, convicted of a federal crime? You didn't really do no jail time. You got put on probation, but you can't even vote. How many of y'all got put on house arrest? You can't vote. Had to have that little ankle monitor on you, but you can't vote. Had to check in with a PO. Had to let them know when you was going on vacation. You didn't do a whole bunch of time, but you know you're first time offender. You had a little something on you. Had a little pack. They said, "Nah, we're gonna let you slide, but you ain't gonna ever vote again."
Right now, 6 out of every 10 criminals who are arrested on drug charges have their cases dropped. That's why we think the president should triple the commitment that he's made tonight for police, prosecutors, and judges for our cities and our states.
Man, I don't know what to tell you, dog. But I don't want to take the approach that everybody else is taking. Quite frankly, he the president. He can pardon his son if he wants to. I mean, it's the right of the president to pardon who he wants to. There's nothing illegal about it. Is it immoral? Is it unethical? I mean, you can argue that. But the larger argument is what he did to you. What he proposed to do to you and what they did to you. And so while all the conversation is going on about the rest of the foolishness, I'm just going to bring it back home to the truth. Joe Biden effed all of you and then bailed his son out. Same way a slave owner would do. Because you's a slave. You owned by the Democratic Party.